Hello! Hi everybody! It's me, Luke. I'm back with some more Punishing Grey Raven. Yesterday, I, kind of out of the blue, started the first part of the new chapter, Dream Till the Timeless End. And so now today, I'll be continuing with it. Hopefully finishing all of it. I don't want to stream too late, because I mentioned this yesterday, but I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and it's in the morning, so I don't want to be up too late. But hopefully I can still get the rest of the chapter done. Hi there, Cole! How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Oh, another thing. Not very important, but I might as well bring it up. I'm trying out a new chair. The chair I've been using up until now is not great, and so I'm trying out a new one. It's cozy. I like it so far, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it holds up after like an hour or two or 3 or 4. We'll see. Yeah, new chair. I like how it feels. It's soft. The other chair is not very soft. Anyway. Yeah. So I hope you've been having a good day. Opening my drink here. I've got my chat thingy up. Ooh. Okay. Without further ado, let's get started. You've been doing good. Oh, you visited your doctor today too, and it went well. Was it just like kind of a checkup dealio, or like were you seeing them about something? Obviously, you don't have to tell me. I'm just curious. I guess I just want to know that everything's okay. Hi, Ash Frost. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I was talking with Cole. Oh, hi, Bill Rose. How are you? I hope you are having a good day too. I'm glad you were able to make it. You were playing the Zenless Zone Zero story update. Oh, I didn't know there was a story update. Although I guess I should have, because I did see new footage of a certain character. I don't know if I have to elaborate. I saw upon the social media something. Not to spoil, but the 2 new female characters, little bit, WLW. Ooh. Oh, you were seeing the dermatologist for some advice about a skincare routine. Ah, I see. So yeah, nothing very serious. I myself, tomorrow, I'm going to see a urologist. I think I've mentioned this before on stream, but I've definitely mentioned it before. I've had a few kidney stones, and those are quite unpleasant. And so I've been seeing a urologist every so often to talk about, like, prevention. Yeah, you knew exactly who I was talking about, Ashfrost. But and as you say, most people want to nom on his booba. Well, I guess the less I say about it, the better. I don't play Zenless Zone Zero. Don't really have any interest in it, but I am not immune to Hot Man Big Booba. Yeah, I was just talking about I'm seeing a urologist for like preventative measures, seeing what I can do to reduce my risk of further stones because they're not pleasant, as I'm sure you can imagine. They don't hurt. They don't hurt as much as I thought they would, but they're not pleasant. Because I mean, like something I've heard. Oh yeah, kidney stones are anything but pleasant. But something I heard before I ever had a kidney stone was like, oh, they say kidney stones are like a similar level of pain to like pregnancy and like giving birth. I don't think what I've experienced feels like giving birth, in my opinion. I think giving birth would be a lot worse. And I don't know, like, I don't know if it's just because mine were, like, small or, like, just, like, not as bad or something. Or if it's just that I have a high pain tolerance or whatever. But I do not think that I was experiencing a birthing level of pain. Ugh, Luke Mpreg arc, never. Not I. Not to say I'll never have kids, but if I do, I think it'll probably be via adoption, and also not anytime soon. because I would need a husband first. You understand, right? I don't want to be a single parent. Not if I don't have to be. Anyway, let's get going. As a brief recap of the chapter so far, after the timeline reset in Wither to Shine, Commandant, aka me, has been going through some PTSD-like symptoms, and along with Isla, encountered some kind of weird phenomenon where there was someone who they just couldn't seem to remember. Someone who they thought they knew, but they just couldn't remember. And as we know, it's Selena, who seems to have disappeared from the current timeline, as though she never existed in the first place. Except she does have a frame still there. So there are other traces of her existence, like Commandant still has her letters, but they're all blank, which is odd. Given what most of these characters have gone through, who doesn't have PTSD? You know, you're right, Ashfrost. And so we went to investigate, and Commandant got pulled into Selena's weird time travel trippiness. Still doesn't remember who Selena is, and so they're both using aliases, even though Selena knows exactly who we are. Selena is going by Iris, as she did in her and Commandant's letters, whereas Commandant is going by FOS, which I just think, come on. Why couldn't we have both had Flower Why couldn't we have both had flower aliases? That would have been so much cooler. I don't want to be FOS. That's a silly name. Yeah, it's interesting how they're doing this timeline reset with newer frames and characters. I'm really curious to see where things are going, because I know the new Bianca frame just came out on the Chinese server, and that deals very much with like events from the previous timeline and how they might be different in the new timeline. Chico. And then I know another new story chapter is coming out very soon on the Chinese server that probably has more to do with it. I don't know. I'm excited to see how things go. But yeah, so we're with Selena now, doing timey-wimey things, trying to keep a mysterious enemy named Enora Luya from changing history for some reason. We don't really understand what her motives are yet, but as of now, she's coming after this guy named Jonathan, who I must admit I think is rather handsome, but I don't know. Yeah. You're right, Vilrose. It's like a redo of Across the Ruined Sea. I'm excited. And of course, I'm extremely excited for Bianca's Crepuscule frame. I want that so bad. They're finally adding a light element into this game. I never thought they'd do it. Ah! And this whole time, I've been like, why do they have dark damage but no light damage? Ugh. But now they do. Ugh. I'm so happy. Give me Crepuscule immediately. Yeah, the gameplay's so cool too. I really want that frame. Yeah, that's another thing, is like Imperia is so light coded, but they didn't have the like light damage back then, so she's just fire damage. It makes me wonder, because I think they teased a new Liv frame in the making, and I feel like it would make a lot of sense if the new Liv frame had that new light effect. However, the officially translated name ends up being, I've seen a few translations of it. I've seen light, I've seen glow, I've seen refulgence. I don't know, we won't know what the official name for it will be until we get the patch on global, which should be soon-ish. But yeah, I'm so excited. I haven't mentioned this, but I've been thinking about it. My dream light effect team: Bianca attacker, we already have her. Liv as amplifier, and Chrome as tank. That would be my dream team. Ugh, that's everything I want. Because I feel like they all like have a kind of vaguely light associations. So ready to get those patches with CA. No more looking longingly. I know. I'm so excited for like our story like releases to finally be parallel. But anyway, enough talk. Let's begin. Also, I do have to admit that part of me saying that I want Chrome to be on a new potential light team as a tank is just because I want him to have a new frame, because he's so pretty. I think Chrome is pretty. I want more ship teas with Chrome. Please. I was going through all the Constructs Bond stories a while ago, and I didn't know that in Chrome's first frame's Bond story, you and him do like a Romeo and Juliet performance together. And you actually get to choose whether you are Romeo or Juliet, and Chrome plays the other role. Obviously, I was Juliet. And then the balcony, you're doing the balcony scene, and the balcony breaks, and he catches you when you fall. And I felt very normal about that. Anyway, let's get back into it. Afterglow. The moment before something happens is the most attractive. Ooh, that kind of reminds me of something. I heard about like desire. Something about desire, like part of something about desire is that in some ways desire sometimes doesn't want to be fulfilled fully, because once it's fulfilled then you don't have the desire anymore. But like the moment of fulfilling that desire is like the best part. I don't know, I'm not saying it well. Let's just get going. People cherish beautiful moments because they are fleeting, unlike the trivial events of daily life. As the sun rises on the horizon, this journey approaches its end. Standing on the hillside with binoculars, you see a city that looks more like a town on the edge of Bane in the distance. Let me note down the supply first. Try to get everything within 1 to 2 hours after entering the city. Shouldn't we rest for the night? I think FOS is worried about Anora Luya making a move first. Yojin City is almost a day's drive from the capital. Could she set up an ambush there? She may not set up an ambush, but she'll definitely have scouts in the area. The possibility stands. Anora Luya doesn't know which route we'll take to Bane, but she might send scouts to all the border cities. That's a lot of effort. I've really reached the top of her hit list. Anyway, we should keep our visit short. Let's hit the road as soon as we get our supplies. I'm afraid we'll all have to stay another night in the wilderness. It's okay. Now, grab your lists and let's move out. Having finished gathering the supplies and picking up some extra desserts, you leave the market and head back to the car. Just when you're about to call Iris over to try some treats, you freeze with your hand in the air as you approach the window, the words stuck in your throat. Why? Oh, she's sleeping. In the amber glow of dusk and tree shadows dancing, she lies asleep in the driver's seat. Her left hand is in an unnatural position, and her slightly furrowed brows give a hint of distress. You can't hear her breathing through the window, but the irregular rise and fall of her chest shows her distress. After she doesn't seem like someone who'd choose the fastest and most effective way, we have now added, she probably doesn't know how to drive. I'm a construct. Operating continuously for days isn't a problem when it's just driving. Plus, we'll be taking breaks. If we're just driving, why don't you stay on guard instead? Is she tired from driving for 4 days straight? The absurd thought surfaces in your mind, only to be quickly dismissed. She's a construct. With regular rests, she could drive continuously for 40 days without showing any signs of fatigue. No, I'm just thinking about how to explain it. I belong to the Union government of another time. Unit number 654. Operation Codename Iris. We were the first to discover Anora Luya's existence. And we've been fighting for a long time to stop her from disrupting history. What is making Iris doze off is probably the countless 4-day stretches she's endured day and night, beyond your knowledge. With a sigh, you set down the supplies and use the phone you got in fast to send Jonathan a message. You press your hand against the car window and, after hesitating, take out the keys. You open the door with the least possible movement, unfasten the seatbelt, and lift Iris from the driver's seat. Iris's reaction makes you think she woke up because a construct's senses are far beyond that of a human's. You can't tell whether Iris is truly exhausted or if it's something else, but to your surprise, she stays unusually calm in your arms, even her furrowed brow noticeably relaxing. You carefully place her in the back seat, then lean against the closed door, gazing at the evening glow on the horizon. How long have you been fighting? Who exactly are you? Time flows amidst whispers and sighs. Soon, Jonathan and Dandelion come out from the supermarket and approach the car. I put my finger to my lips because she's sleeping. We signal for the two to be quiet. Jonathan and Dandelion are confused, but they lighten their footsteps. Jonathan opens the bag in his hand and lowers his voice. Got the earmuffs you wanted. Here. Thank you. You take out the earmuffs, carefully open the car door, and put them on Iris. Jonathan and Dandelion see the sleeping Iris and move more quietly. Something kind of funny from yesterday, I want to bring it up again, is, I mentioned already, I think Jonathan is handsome. And yesterday, when he was like first showing up in the story, I was like, I don't know, he looks like he could protect me, like he could keep me safe. And then there was part of the story yesterday where it was completely the other way around. He was like in danger, and Commandant like showed up and single-handedly saved his life like a badass. And he was like super impressed with Commandant, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm the protector. Dandelion sneaks into the back seat, while Jonathan gently opens the passenger door. Yeah, I thought he could, just from how he looked, Vilrose, but clearly I was wrong, because he's a civilian. And I'm not. I don't know, I think it's because he looks like he's like tall and broad in that suit of his. You take the driver's seat and, after a short pause, pour a cup of warm water and pass it to Dandelion. Please put it next to her. Okay. You adjust the sun visor and rearrange the shopping bags in the car to shield the sleeping Iris from the last traces of sunset, then start the engine. The car drives into the sunset. Soon, both Jonathan and Dandelion fall asleep, leaving only the gentle vibration of the vehicle in your senses. Yeah, how considerate of Commandant. You drive for a while, until the candy in your mouth dissolves. Just as you're about to get another, an unwrapped candy appears on your lips. Did she do that without even opening her eyes? A pair of arms wraps around your neck from behind as Iris's voice appears at your side. You can sleep some more. Who carried me to the back seat? Her voice still sounds drowsy. Iris leans forward, resting her head on your shoulder. her eyelids half drawn. Dandelion. I should have woken up ages ago. Dandelion might look gentle, but she has always been rather rough. She blows softly against your earlobe playfully, her breath gentle and warm. Iris keeps leaning against you, swaying her head while humming an unfamiliar tone. Don't blow in my ear. Don't do that. Drowsiness creeps up with her melody, and she lets out a yawn. Belova. It's fine. I can still... Belova. I want to get out and stretch my legs. Iris buries her head back between her arms, making her voice sound muffled. Oh yeah, I wonder what a construct's breath smells like. Not in a weird way. I didn't think you meant it in a weird way. Because I mean, like, also, like, their blood isn't normal blood. So, like, I wonder if it, like, smells or feels different from normal blood. You know. I get what you mean. Do you think constructs would never have, like, bad breath? I wonder about that. It's getting dark. Sure. After parking the car by the road, you get out. Iris stretches, notices you watching her, and smiles with a playful wink. After setting up the security devices, you walk with Iris toward a nearby hill, blooming with flowers. Nights are short during summer. Let's meet before night if we can't make it at dawn. Iris gathers some iris flowers, gently breathing in their scent. Do you like the sunset? Maybe only the corrupted ones would. Oh yeah, corrupted constructs would probably have terrible breath. Yes, I do like the sunset. I like it too. Sunset always gives rise to a tapestry of emotions. Many of my inspirations and reminiscences happen at this time. Iris tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. It's like slowly approaching a destined end. One we can only welcome and never escape. FOS. Do you miss home? Yeah, of course. But don't worry, I'll help you defeat Enora Lulia. Then you'll finally be free from this long mission. I know you will. Iris breaks into a gentle smile. She straightens up slightly and intertwines her fingers. Yeah, the artwork is so nice. And this like background reminds me of one of the like lobby backgrounds that we haven't gotten on Global yet, and I hope we get it eventually. I think it was supposed to be an anniversary thing, but we haven't gotten it yet. It's like a pretty one with like a grassy meadow in the distance. You're not particularly a Selena fan, but she's so pretty. Yeah, Selena's really pretty. I like Selena, not in like a romantic type way, but I think she's, I don't know, like as an artistic musical and like a character with like sort of a romantic worldview, I feel like I relate to Selena in a lot of ways. So I like Selena for that. And yeah, also she's just very pretty. And all her gameplay in like each of her frames is really neat and creative. I like it a lot. Especially in this frame because she's got a rapier, and I love rapiers. And yeah, she's got good characterization. Iris breaks into a gentle smile. She straightens up slightly and intertwines her fingers. You immediately understand and sit beside her on the grass. Together, you watch as the sunset fades in the distance. Suddenly, you feel a weight on your shoulder. Iris is leaning against you, her breathing soft and steady. He has fallen asleep in the end. I'll stay still. You watch as the sunlight slowly recedes from her face. Good night, Iris. Ooh, more gameplay. Midpoint. It's the midpoint, but also the end. Defeat Enora Luya. Okay. But this isn't the boss fight, so I'm certain she's not going to be defeated. Alright. Also, I'm gonna take a quick drink. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. And not just for Jonathan. Anyway, inside the vintage room with its elegant furnishings, soft nightlights glow, watching over the person sleeping on the bed. Iris rubs her forehead and sits up from under the covers. Outside the window, the sky is pitch black, with no hint of dawn. It's the first time she's had a deep sleep in a long time. She sits cross-legged on the bed, hugging her blanket, staring out the window as she slowly untangles her thoughts. The four of them arrived safely in Bane's capital last night. Thanks to the conductor's various identities, not only Luya, but even the United Government cannot trace them. For now, the United Government only knows from the schedule that Jonathan must have entered the country, but nobody knows his exact location. At this thought, Iris smiles and slowly lies back down. It's so nice. She touches her shoulder, gently tracing the patterns painted there with her fingertips. To have you by my side. A detailed action plan that leaves no room for error, always setting up everything one step ahead, just like when we fought side by side in the past. Okay, but actually, when did we do that? Because I don't think Selena and Commandant met more than like once in the previous timeline, right? So when did they fight side by side in the past? Am I missing something? I've heard from some people who've gone through the chapter before that there are some things in Selena's bond, like this Pianissimo Frames Bond story that fills some holes in the chapter. So maybe there's something in the Bond story that'll elucidate that a little bit. Because otherwise I don't know when we would have fought side by side. Lost in her thoughts, Iris begins to envision scenes of their future together. After that, a word that promises something beautiful is followed by a reality that chills one to the bone. After this comes the final step. They can hide all they want, but Jonathan must eventually contact the local government. And the moment he appears in public, Enora Luya's replica will come for him. Defeat Enora Luya's replica and send the conductor away before Enora Luya arrives. That's the destined future for the two of them. For her and the conductor, there is no after. There never was. The smile on Iris's lips fades as her gaze sharpens, clearing away the dreamy haze. Don't lose yourself in dreams. Iris, fate has shown you mercy with its lost tenderness. This is already a blessing you never dared wish for. Iris whispers and rises to her feet, determined. Fatigue vanishes from her expression as she begins to dress and get ready. With her back to the window, Iris ties her hair as the first light appears, softly illuminating the room. Her gaze falls on the letter by the bed. Man, they've been doing a lot of artwork this chapter. It's very pretty. Her movements are slow. A thought flashes through her mind. Should I write a letter to Conductor before saying goodbye? Her fingertips brush against the letter as reason and emotion clash within her. A letter. To reveal my true identity? Or keep it a secret and just say goodbye? Reason stands at her left with a stern warning. You've sacrificed so much. Wasn't it all for the Conductor's safety? If you create more complications and something goes wrong, how will you live with the consequences? Emotion stands at her right, tugging at her hair. Nothing will go wrong. You've sacrificed so much. Don't you deserve a place in the Conductor's heart? Or to leave a tiny trace? Can you live without it? While she's caught in the conflict, another doubt surfaces. If she were to write, how should she sign it? Should she write as Selena or Iris? A very faint knock at the door interrupts her. Iris, are you awake? Sorry, FOS. Please give me a moment. Iris's body relaxes after responding. She closes her eyes and slowly exhales. When she opens them again, there's no hesitation in her gaze. She'll just leave one line for the Conductor without being seen. This is her little secret indulgence and her final solace. The nightingale sighs at dawn. Roses burn. Moonlight hides. Though the journey has reached its end, royal blue ink and her characteristically delicate handwriting. She takes one last look at the letter before leaving at once. Sorry, I wanted to let you all rest a bit more. But Jonathan needs to report to the local government soon. Based on our current intel, here's what I'm thinking. After rambling on for a while, you finally notice Iris isn't responding. You look up to see her staring at you, motionless. Iris? In the dawn that clings to time. In the mirror where farewells are whispered. Iris's gaze remains fixed. She makes no attempt to explain herself, only offering a faint smile. I am listening. Please, continue. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. Tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, Iris's gaze grows increasingly intense as she stares at the person before her, as if trying to burn their image into her eyes. But my love, please forgive me. But my love, please, don't be sad. Standing across from the City Hall Plaza, Jonathan nervously clutches the terms of the agreement he hurriedly drafted overnight. The signing of the New Earth Codex is not an overnight process. It requires many teams to negotiate for days or weeks. In some extreme cases, it may take months just to establish the general direction, followed by years of implementation. Today, however, the terms of agreement in Jonathan's hands and his actions will determine whether Bane is going to begin this process, or more importantly, with what attitude they'll approach it. Jonathan resorts to his usual habit to boost his confidence and takes a deep breath. Chill out. Dandelion's voice suddenly appears at his ear as she straightens Jonathan's collar. Iris and FOS will take care of everything. Just focus on your task. Don't worry. Sure. Jonathan nods slowly but seriously. He takes out his phone and walks forward. This is a dedicated line for the Bane delegation of the United Government Legal Affairs Department. How may I assist you? Hello, I'm... As you watch Jonathan walk away, your hand resting on the holster quietly flicks the safety off. When will Nora Luya get here? Soon, but it will be different from before. Nora Luya can traverse time with her domain intact if she's fully prepared, so... Before she can finish, a familiar white noise pierces your ears, followed immediately by white mist coming out of nowhere. Dandelion, get out of here now! Dandelion bolts for the exit without responding or looking back. A stage suddenly materializes. Speak of the devil.
Is completely identical. An area-wide rewind, perhaps. Or maybe... All the levers are disabled. I need to find the control center.
Oh, something over here? Oh, it's just the lever. An ordinary lever of some mechanism, it is still locked. Bless you, was that a sneeze? Did I make a sound? Did I sneeze and forget? Oh, what's this?
Some kind of audio recorder. All the notes are damaged. Do I need to play the corresponding melody?
A musical note ornament on the wall that's a bit damaged. Perhaps we can fix it.
I recognize this song.
Hey!
My skills haven't grown rusty.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. Also, I noticed, the last one...
Should be this way.
The one I did yesterday was also a spring song.
Looks like the door's jammed from the other side.
It was spring from the Four Seasons. Wonder if there's a connection. Or like some kind of meaning behind it being spring. Okay, this is just the same as the other lever. It's locked. Oh, hi there. I'm sure you won't come to life and attack me anytime soon. That would be crazy.
Looks like I'm heading in the right direction.
Oh, who could have foreseen this?
The overture is done. Time for the main mission. Strange. This decor feels more like a club. What is she hiding?
Complaint message. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't open the new arrivals. Put them in the warehouse behind the wine cabinet. I'm gonna kick you out if you dare to put them in the wine cabinet again. Oh, oops, wrong button. A strange stain. It seems someone spilled some wine and moved something over it. Oh my god, this guy's... the position this guy's in is pretty funny. I didn't know the music from Selena's Phantoms would go on for this long. A glass case. The gears in it are still moving normally with the click sound. Oh, I can jump.
What's this? A hidden room.
An ordinary lever of some mechanism. The safety lock has been unlocked. Now you can pull it. Open sesame.
The device is working properly. Looks like this is the place.
Investigate.
Should be all set now. I should head back to where I started.
Okay. Ooh. I fell through. It's fine.
It's working properly now.
Ooh. I'm doing this pause so that my cursor isn't weird. Ooh. Pretty. Oh, hey!
I'd have liked a more ceremonious opening. You know, overture is done. Time for the main movement. Let me handle the curtain call.
Ah. Ah!
Yeah. The overture is done. Time for the main movement.
Ah! Ow!
Take a bow and make your exit.
Ah!
Finish hard. Yeah. I'm out of tune.
Long-range strike ready. Capture target locked.
You always come up with solutions quickly when encountering theater accidents. Good. That's what makes a proper artist.
Luya, what's done is done.
That's what you think, Iris. This is not over yet!
Correcting the score. Ignite the overture.
Eh? Huh? Ah! Ah!
Take a bow and make your exit.
Ah! Ah! Oh, I'm not good at this. Oh, do I have to hit it before it reaches? I thought it was like a rhythm thing.
Take a bow and make your exit.
A bold, defiant bloom.
So that's how it is. I'll come for you again, Iris.
Conductor. It's finally over. And now, we just need its call. And you can go home.
What about you, Iris?
I too have somewhere I belong. It always comes back to farewells. Don't look so sad. A lot of people are waiting for you. Right? Before we part ways again. We still have a bit of time.
Okay, but let me respond to chat. There wasn't a good moment. It took you an embarrassingly long time to figure out how to play pianissimo. Yeah, she's a bit difficult to use. The fact that you can't matrix normally with her is a bit difficult. And especially because it's not like Bianca Stigmata, where like you can very easily manually trigger matrix. It's a little more complicated for Selena, and that makes it a little more difficult. Massive buildings shatter and dissipate like mirages all around and turn into white mist, as if the opera is approaching its finale. You arrive with Iris at the theater's edge and cross the boundary between reality and illusion. The brilliant twilight descends once more. You see a visibly excited crowd exiting City Hall, with Jonathan at their center. Dandelion is anxiously gesturing to him on the side. The two turn in your direction with grave expressions. They freeze for a moment when they see you and Iris, then break into smiles and wave their arms. Looks like things went smoothly over there, too. Iris stays silent, exhales deeply, then breaks into a soft laugh. Whew. That was a sneeze. Hey, I know everyone's excited, but this is just the first step, folks. The first step. We still have a lot to prepare. Try to calm down, please. I need to check in with my team first. Jonathan quiets the crowd and walks over with Dandelion. Thank you. At his shoulder. No, I'm not forward enough to be able to do that. Work done? Not quite. We're still a long way off from actually signing the New Earth Codex. Right now, Bane has only expressed interest in the idea. Touch that, man! Consensually, of course. No, I'm too shy. But if he was to pat me on the shoulder, that would be welcome. We still need multiple rounds of negotiations, reviews, and signatures. Just the preliminary consultations for the treaty will take a full week. But it's already a very promising start. Jonathan looks at Iris as he speaks. His expression suddenly changes, like he remembered something. It's over now, right? Iris is amused by Jonathan's action. She presses her lips together, exchanges a glance with you, and gives a serious answer. Yes, it's over. Bane has chosen a side, and the general direction is set. It's no longer something Luya can change with a few attacks. From now on, you don't have to worry about your safety. Thank goodness. Huh? Really? I thought in the beginning you told me that it's only over after the formal signing of the Codex. Don't we have one more week? Iris pauses for a split second without being noticed, and dismisses Dandelion's claim with nonchalance. Things don't always go as planned. And besides, isn't the treaty signing process starting tonight? Oh, yes. Thanks to our preparations, Bane is quite satisfied with the attitude shown by the United Government. As a gesture of goodwill for our concessions on certain terms, they're hosting an evening reception at the Yuchin Hotel for our delegation, symbolizing the official start of the treaty signing process. Once this news is made public, it means that Bane is announcing their position to the entire international community. Come with me, please. Without any one of you, I never could have accomplished any of this. If you say so. Your last shred of hesitation vanishes when you meet Iris's gaze. Before we part, there's still a bit of time. Then Jonathan's eyes dart between you and Iris. Something clicks, and he grabs Dandelion and leaves with a knowing smile. What? Huh? No! No! You're getting the wrong idea! Huh? What are you... See you two tonight. Dandelion and I will wait for you at the hotel. Iris, give FOS a proper makeover. It's on me. Psst. You... FOS? Would you accept my invitation? You feign annoyance with a small huff as Iris extends her hand, but ultimately hold it. No, he thinks we're together, doesn't he? Damn it. Let's go. And he didn't even seem upset. The festive marketplace is lined with promotional signs for sales, discounts, and free gifts. You stroll into several clothing stores, patiently standing like a mannequin while Iris takes her time shopping. You give her a helpless look before Iris finally notices your expression. She holds down a laugh as she calls over a clerk to pay. I'll take all these, plus the one FOS is wearing now. Everything together. Here, go change. You take your own clothes from Iris and enter the fitting room. When you come out, you notice she's carrying several shopping bags. Where should we go next? We're done. Let's head back. You reach out to take the bags from her, not understanding what she means. But didn't you say these were suitable? I just wanted to fulfill a little wish of mine. I know you wouldn't be comfortable wearing these. We'll just take these home. As she speaks, Iris steps back a little to look you up and down. This outfit definitely suits you better. You look more lively in this. It gives me peace of mind. Excuse me, thank you for shopping here. Here are your card and receipt. It's a small gift for spending a certain amount. The Kowloon New Year is coming up. The clerk smiles and hands another elegant little bag to Iris. Happy New Year in advance. Oh, thanks. I hope Jonathan doesn't have a heart attack over this. Iris accepts the item with a smile and gives you a meaningful wink. Don't worry. I'm not planning to ask him for reimbursement. Because I definitely wouldn't want to buy you clothes in his name. As you exit the store, she immediately opens the gift from the shop and holds it up to her face with delight. What's this? Sparklers. Some traditions in Bane are strangely similar to Kowloon's. Before... Iris suddenly mumbles her words, as if she said something sensitive. I learned about them while studying cultural geography, but I've never actually tried them before. With a flick of her fingers, brilliant colors burst from the tip of the sparkler. Iris holds up the sparkling light, her pupils glowing ever brighter in the colorful glow. Something stirs as blurry figures flicker through your memories. It feels like something is about to surface. Well, your empty hand reaches out, but finds nothing. There's barely a step between you. Iris doesn't notice your actions as she twirls the sparkler, drawing line after line in the air. What are you writing? I'm not telling you. As one sparkler burns out, she quickly lights another and repeats the same shape as before. Luke, Selena. She wants to connect these two names together in her heart, even if only for the brief flicker of a sparkler's light. It rained earlier, leaving shallow puddles across the ground that reflect the setting sun, making the scene all the more brilliant. Iris crouches down, silently watching the sparkler's flickering reflection in the puddle. It's almost out. The sun is about to sink below the horizon, and this dream, stolen from the weave of time, is about to end. It's getting dark. Iris? Yeah. Which timeline do you actually belong to? Iris doesn't answer, nor does she look up. She continues to gaze at her own reflection in the puddle. Is this information also under confidentiality protocols? Do you want to come find me? You can't. We are too far apart. It's like going from the very top line of a musical star to the very bottom. The distance from 1 to 5, in terms of time, is already very long. Then, if you want to contact me, just write me letters. Iris smiles in the reflection, but ripples suddenly disturb the puddle, hiding her expression. I'll write to you, too. And maybe someday. Our letters will bridge space and time, allowing us to meet again. I just hope you won't find me annoying. I might write about lots and lots of trivial things. That's not an option. You sit with Iris in silence, watching the flicker burn. Okay. Turning around, regret, along with the joy of victory, vanishes into thin air. Turn around, bright eyes. Oh my. We're at a banquet. The Grand Hotel Hall gleams with brilliant decorations. A banner celebrating the signing ceremony hangs in the center. Photographers bustle about to record the event from various angles. Glasses clink and lights dance as the crowd's chatter fills the hall with a lively buzz. Jonathan, the man of the hour, basks in attention as people gather around him. Dandelion stands by him with a slightly stiff smile. You thought you and Iris would go unnoticed, but... Here's my business card, FOS, Iris. Please do give my proposal some thought. Okay... I can't. I'm from the future. You take the card, offer thanks, and find an excuse to leave the social hub with Iris. Rather unexpected. really. I actually think catching attention is quite normal for people like us. The United Government has been making too many waves, attracting all sorts of opposition. Every delegation of the New Earth Codex has met trouble, to varying degrees. So escorting a key delegation quietly into Bane's capital is no small feat. Iris looks at you with admiration in her eyes. Dandelion told me that among those meeting with Jonathan, only one person had a sour expression. Bane's border security chief. Care for a drink? To celebrate our success. Okay. Non-alcoholic, though. You've barely taken a sip when someone's gaze falls on you, forcing you to pause and give a polite nod. There are too many eyes on us. Just as you finish speaking, an announcement echoes through the hall. Iris suddenly pauses with her arm still linked with yours. The signing ceremony for the Codex will start in 30 minutes. We kindly ask all guests to enter in an orderly fashion. If you're uncomfortable here, shall we step outside for a bit? Huh? Okay. You walk next to Iris through the crowd to a higher floor. The city sparkles with lights beneath the sky, like awakened dreams too timid for daylight. Your gaze falls upon the streets below, covered in irregular shadows. At every intersection, travelers hesitate, uncertain whether they should cross the ravines before them. Iris sits at the edge of the rooftop, the evening breeze weaving through her long hair. Ooh, I can't wait until we get to customize our own commandant. I want to make mine. I know they probably won't appear in art and stuff, but it'll still be fun. Her fair face bears the faintest blush, her luminous eyes gazing forward, motionless as she contemplates the play of moonlight and shadow below. You look away from the city. Before you can turn around, a warm, soft touch lands on your left hand, resting at your side. Can you tell me your real name, FOS? You already know my real name. I mean, I don't know that, but I know that. Your instincts as a commandant tell you to stay silent, but the moment Iris speaks, emotion overrides reason. You don't question why she doubts your name, nor wonder why she's chosen this moment to ask. Luke. I love your name. It's so beautiful. A name is the key, a right, a promise from its owner. It holds one's past and future, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. She can finally speak the syllables that have lingered in her dreams without causing suspicion. Luke. So she says it once more. The syllables dance on her tongue with the rhythm of poetry. Her fingers tighten around yours as she turns around, her eyes kindling with a faint trace of emotion. Iris slowly lifts her head and traces your features with her gaze again and again. I'll always remember. A whispered confession. Iris had thought all her desires were shredded by the blade of restraint the moment she made that decision, then burned to ashes in the endless cycle that followed. But now, the scattered ashes break free, tearing at her consciousness, desperate to be voiced. Only when she looks back does she realize with a start that they've turned into shackles of thorns. Iris's teeth begin to chatter. She's panicking. Her mind betrays her body. But what of her body itself? What cannot stay will slip away, and the closer you reach, the deeper you fall. Let's go, Luke. Finally, Iris lowers her eyes to avoid eye contact before speaking again. Thank you for your help throughout this journey. She takes out the cord she got from today's battle. Its once dim markings are now overflowing with the deep blue that represents Iris. Iris. Shh. Wispy white mist begins to surge as Iris presses a finger to her lips. Luke, please don't say anything. What? White noise grows louder as the finger pressed against your lip applies more pressure. You break free from it and try to say something, but everything your eyes can see suddenly becomes shrouded in mist. Iris! You reach out, trying to find her, but are lost in the white mist. Commandant? Someone seems to be calling out. Isla? The white mist gradually dissipates, and someone unexpected comes into view. Anomaly detected. Initiating alert mode. Wait. Commandant! It's the Commandant! The sound of weapons being put away rings through the silent mist. You feel like you're breaking through a dream as people rush to your side. Beginning vital signs verification. Preparing to collect biological data. Notify Babylonia. The Commandant has returned. You focus your mind again. This is the warehouse in Conservation Area 221, where you last fought with Luya. After a quick identity verification, the isolation is lifted, and Isla dashes into the warehouse, now little more than rubble after the battle. Commandant! We've been looking for you for so long! Where did that mech take you? It's complicated. I'll explain everything to you later. Luckily, everything is resolved now. Resolved? That's good. Oh, right! I think Asimov discovered something. A streak of dark blue appears at the edge of your vision. Wait, that... Isn't that why we came here? Commandant, are you okay? Isla turns around in confusion. A frame is being transported by several uniformed Babylonia personnel behind her. Immediately, you see the frame's silhouette. Huh? Commandant? Your heart stops briefly before it starts racing. An overwhelming sense of unease envelops your entire being. No, I'm just thinking about how to explain it. I belong to the Union government of another time. Unit number 654. Operation Codename Iris. No. That's not right. It shouldn't be like this. You can't. We are too far apart. It's like going from the very top line of a musical staff to the very bottom. The distance from 1 to 5 in terms of time is already very long. You instinctively lick your dry, cracked lips. Iris? Your consciousness begins to jumble as your breathing quickens. Commandant? What's wrong? Too many questions crowd your mind at once. You open your mouth, but the words catch in your throat, and you stay silent. Beep, beep, beep. Just then, your terminal chimes with a notification after reconnecting with the network. From Ishmael. Ishmael? Reverse chronology. No one loves this way of narration. but the author doesn't want it to be made public. Ishmael. The noise from the depths of space buzzes in your ears. For some reason, every time you silently recite this name, countless strange silhouettes appear in your mind. But whenever you try to figure out what they represent, your mind goes blank again. Search Core, backup frame Capriccio. Details, no registration info. Current location, Conservation Area 221 Warehouse. Frame processing status, pending destruction, 18331. Process registered by Control Court Ishmael. A Babylonia backup frame stored in a conservation area warehouse? I think we found the issue. We have 3 hours until it's destroyed. Let's head to the warehouse now. Temporary communication channel established. I've created a combat mission under the Science Council's Dispatch Authority. I'll assist you in accessing Conservation Area 221 surveillance systems. As for Ishmael, I'll use the Science Council's authority to block her surface access request and stop Ishmael from reaching Conservation Area 221 before you do. I'm on my way to her now. This name, this construct, what does she know? What role did she play in this crazy journey? And does she know... How can I return to that timeline? Iris's smile seems to appear before you. Nights are short during summer. Let's meet before night, if we can't make it at dawn. We need to make it in time. We must hurry. The transport ship quickly takes off toward Babylonia. Distant, yet not so distant. Ishmael sits at a table. An iris flower is hovering above her hand. It's data that's so exquisitely crafted it almost looks real. So this bit of power has been given to you. It almost affects even me. This is truly incredible. The iris flower slowly rotates. The dots of light gradually outline the scene where Iris and the Commandant stand in confrontation. When Teddy asked why she wanted to destroy the Capriccio frame, Ishmael had almost forgotten the reason, until she touches the device that doesn't belong there. That device, the Science Council named White Noise. Memories sealed away by twisted timelines awaken in her deep mind. Ishmael narrows her eyes, her pupils radiating with strange colors. Ah, it's you. The control court receives a rare visitor. I know it's you. Merciful one, I can sense it. The girl looks at the pink-haired woman in front of her with eager yet sorrowful eyes. So direct. Just call me Ishmael. The door gently closes as an invisible, strange force distorts the space, preventing cameras from peering into the scene here. Ishmael, my lady. I would like to ask for your assistance. From what I know, you've acquired a new frame. Called Pianissimo, right? It's a fine name. If you're trying to revert back to the construct, I'm sorry, but the punishing has already invaded your mind. This is irreversible, and even I am powerless to reverse it. 2 cups of coffee silently materialize on the table, their rich aroma filling the air. Thank goodness, you still remember me. She exhales deeply, then settles uneasily into her chair. Ishmael displays a perfect look of confusion. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, and I'm not here to ask for that. What I want to ask is, please, tell me how to stop that red-haired invader who calls herself Enora Luya. You must have heard it too. That voice. Ishmael quietly picks up her coffee, dropping 4 sugar cubes into it. The calm surface breaks, rippling outward. Conductor, this way. Pew-pew! Sharp gunshots tear through the quiet forest, sending birds scattering. The red-haired pursuer is hit, but she seems unconcerned. She continues to track the pair after discarding the damaged parts of herself. Who could this be? Be careful. She's become stronger. So then that wasn't the first time that I fought Enora Luya, it seems. You carefully check your protective suits for any damage while hiding in the bushes. You hold your breath as you move with Selena in a different direction. A few days ago, while on a surface mission with Selena escorting the archaeological team, a construct who called herself Enora Luya appeared out of nowhere and pointed her weapon at you without a word. With Selena's help, you managed to drive off this construct, but Babylonia couldn't find any information about her at all. While Babylonia had made the incident a top priority and was investigating her identity, this Enora Luya showed up again. How did she resurrect herself? And how did she evade Babylonia's investigation and track you into the conservation area? You have no time to think. Your enemy's footsteps are just inches away. The cold construct points her weapon at you, but before she can strike, Selena attacks her from behind. Just like before, she's easily defeated. Her armor scatters across the ground. Conductor, are you alright? I just realized, maybe this is because I caught a little bit of Cole playing Ocarina of Time Master Quest recently, but Enora Luya reminds me of Nibiru a bit. You know, like a girl inside a big armor, and they're also both redheads. Selena rushes over, examining the wounds on your body. Oh, it's so painful. No. I'm okay. You've lost so much blood. You quickly dress your wound as Selena watches blood seep through the white gauze with sorrow in her eyes. Is she gone? Yeah. Just like last time, she is shattered into pieces. What is she trying to do? She wants to kill me. This is obvious, but you have no idea why. After reporting the incident, nobody could find any information whatsoever about this construct. What's strange is that she always manages to track you down. What's even weirder is, I was on Babylonia, but when I woke up, I was in this conservation area. You check your terminal and find out you've been dispatched to the surface for a ground mission. This is a mission to investigate an unidentified ascendant that showed up near the conservation area. Me too. She takes out her terminal, which shows the exact same mission. Investigate the unidentified ascendant. The faint mist rising from the coffee becomes transparent in the sunlight, as dust dances like musical notes in the window frame's shadow. Ishmael stares at the girl as she anxiously recounts her recent experiences. After that, the same events seem to keep repeating. I heard the jumbled sounds of time distortion. It sounded like Luya was somehow using the past to do something. The past? Yes. That day, when Conductor was injured, I led her in a different direction, trying to divert Luya's attention. But I used the punching to capture notes from the past. Just like how I used to read the Red Tide. The next second, she appeared in the past. So, this bit of power has been given to you. That's why you looked blurry, even to me. I could barely remember who you were. Ishmael chuckles quietly, taking a sip of coffee that has just the right sweetness. Having interfered with the workings of this world, she had to pay a price to stop them from noticing this place. But she wasn't expecting part of the power that she scattered as the price to be absorbed by Selena, whose core she reshaped. How interesting. She's enjoying watching this dramatic story unfold. What happened next? What did you see? I found out that Luya was also in the past. She seemed to be trying to modify the past. Luya used her identity, disguised herself as an unidentified ascendant, to attack the conservation area. She eventually figured out Babylonia's action patterns through her many attacks. When an unidentified ascendant appears, Babylonia would send the nearest commandant and constructs over. By deducing where they would appear, she would find the conductor. Lost, Selena clenches her fingers. However tough her enemies might be, she had always believed in her ability to overpower them. But what if the enemy never stops coming across countless timelines? I came to ask you how I could defeat Luya. Who is she? Nora Luya. Setting down her coffee cup, Ishmael ponders for a moment. I heard you like flowers, but do you understand giant trees? Giant trees. When branches grow abundant and the crown becomes massive, if the foliage is not and heavy snow gathers, the whole tree may collapse. Only by trimming away some branches can the main trunk continue to grow upward. The trimmed branches are destined to wither, but the branches don't know that. To the branches, they are their own main trunk. Is Conductor the one who trims the branches? Rumors that the Grey Raven Commandant has been dealing with post-war trauma are nothing new. Ishmael answers with a smile. My ability to stabilize my mind and recover my memories was also because of Conductor. Too many voices are mixed in the tide, making it impossible to find the correct information. That was indeed the reason for your quick recovery. But the killer from the future. Ishmael isn't surprised that the red-haired construct has the power of regression, but doesn't know the extent of it. When branches fall, They cannot see their sad fate, and can only try to correct what they consider to be the wrong timeline. Before Grey Raven absorbed the information from the Hetero Tower, branches inside the tower were already stacked high, as precarious as a pile of eggs. These branches incubated countless futures. Although the fate of all branches is annihilation, it's not surprising that some could incubate futures with technology surpassing the current Babylonia. Is this the first challenge you'll have to face in the final world? She murmurs to herself. So, it seems like this is a consequence of me resetting the timeline. Enora Luya, her true form, is most likely hidden in a more distant past. Only the past can influence the present, so defeating her at this point in time is meaningless. In any case, if you know a way to deal with her, please tell me. I'm willing to pay any price I can for the answer. Ishmael smiles as she gives her answer. Locate the coordinates where she appears, travel back to before she arrives, and stop everything she intends to do. But doing so will remove you from the normal timeline, and you already know the price you'll have to pay. You will be forgotten. Once I go back to the past, won't I also affect the past? If you affect the past, the present may change as well. Once a butterfly's wings flutter, there's no predicting what kind of storm they might unleash. She doesn't mind being forgotten, but she does care whether it would affect the world where Conductor is. Though it might sound easy, but Conductor must have paid an incredible price for this. That depends on how you do it. If you can get there before her every time, stop her, and make everything disappear, then the past won't affect the present. But I don't know what would happen if I failed. I see. If you have actually obtained part of that power, maybe you could try time slicing. She thinks for a moment, then gently shakes her head. That wouldn't be the ideal either. We'll need to find Luya's original body for the time loop to seal her within it. But how can I find her original body? That becomes another problem. Thank you. I know what to do now. Selena stands up and bows deeply to Ishmael. So, please help me. Tie up the loose ends of this finale. What do you want to do? I'll pursue Enora Luya until I catch her original form. Back when the Pianissimo frame was being created, a backup Capriccio frame was stored away. The girl looks up, her face tinged with both sorrow and determination. If being forgotten is my fate, please help me by destroying the Capriccio frame. As you wish. Selena lets out a relieved sigh and hurriedly thanks her again. I must thank you for your selflessness. If I manage to return, I'll do everything in my power to help you. Time is running out. I must go now. Her fingers pause on the doorknob as she casts a reluctant glance out the window. A moment later, she firmly opens the door and walks out of the control court and into the setting sun. Good luck. The trailing sounds of her words stretch like threads, turning into the shape of harp strings in the shadows of sunlight. So here we are. The iris made of data slowly spins as its dots of light gradually dissipate. Using the damage Luya has inflicted on the world as coordinates to pinpoint the timeline where Luya's true form exists, and creating fragmentary loops. It looks like you've made up your mind. Footsteps suddenly appear in the hallway, and seconds later, an urgent knock rattles the door. Come in. Standing at the doorway is none other than the Commandant who confronted Iris in the data projection moments ago. Ishmael. Grey Raven. Luke, I knew you would come. Seated at the table, Ishmael is wearing an odd smile. For some reason, that smile feels strangely familiar. Yet like the bizarre silhouettes, whenever you try to place it, your mind goes completely blank. But now isn't the time to dwell on that. Casting aside your doubts, you take out the Capriccio frame destruction records Teddy found and put them in front of Ishmael. I need an explanation, Ishmael. The origin of this frame, and why you wanted to destroy it. If you had come any earlier, I wouldn't have been able to give you an answer. As it happens, I've just recovered some interesting memories. Besides, this isn't your only question, right? You fall silent, then pull out a chair and sit down before meeting Ishmael's gaze. Why does this frame look exactly like Iris? Some secrets need to be kept. I can only tell you the basics. Her silvery white pupils shimmer with strange iridescence. For some reason, the longer you look at her, the dizzier you become. Because I'm not the one who authored the rest of the story. On her desk, an iris flower made of data slowly takes shape. You've already met Enora Luya. The one who distorts history. Yes. And no. That is indeed her goal. But now, all of Enora Luya's actions have become indirect. Because her true target is now under protection. What are you trying to say? That's right. You are, in fact, Enora Luya's target. We were the first to discover Enora Luya's existence, and we've been fighting for a long time to stop her from disrupting history. Oh. To be frank, if we had been a bit faster, this would likely have been resolved already, and you wouldn't have been dragged into it. This is different from what I know. Of course, you've successfully returned to the present, so you trust Iris's statements more. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cole. I'm actually gonna have to get more tissues after this scene is done, because I'm out of tissues in the box that I've got right here. I'll have to step away to get some more. Let me guess. Iris told you. You just need to defeat Enora Luya. It will all be over. Relax. This war is almost over. I'm executing the final and most critical mission. Escorting the target to the designated location. Thank you too, Vilrose. If all goes according to plan, Enora Luya will be waiting for me there. Once I defeat her, everything will be fine. As for returning, you don't need to worry about that. Iris hesitates, then quickly begins to explain, as if she's just made up her mind about something. Once I complete the final mission, I'll destroy her main body and get the new device. By then, I'll be able to send you back to where you came from by using duplicates to traverse through time. So, on this journey with Iris, have you seen, or rather, do you remember what Enora Luya looks like? I mean, besides that massive metal form. A smile ripples across her face as Ismael's fingers crush the iris flower in her hand. It shatters and scatters away. Very good. I think you're beginning to understand this story now. Oh, I mentioned having to leave once the scene is done, and the scene ended right after. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some more tissues for my nose. Okay, I return with more tissues, and having sneezed some more. Ugh. I guess it must be allergy time. Ugh. Ooh, it's a good thing I'm not on camera. Probably wouldn't be a pretty sight to see me wiping my nose. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So Selena lied. The battle's not actually done yet. And Selena's probably not coming back. Unless... I say unless because I'm certain I'm gonna do something to help bring her back. What I do wonder, though, is if I do bring Selena back to the timeline, will everyone just suddenly remember her? Or will this whole incident just kind of disappear from people's memories? We'll have to see. Okay. Echo. I can hear the sound of the past. Oh, I'm gonna drink something too. The hands point to the scheduled time. Even from the rooftop, cheers from below can be heard over the fireworks that rise and burst across the night sky. It's almost time for the final act of this play. Iris can still feel the lingering warmth of that person. She turns toward the empty space, pretending they're still there. Conductor. Her whispered words shatter in the air. Not even starlight can carry her longing to the one she's thinking of. It's about to end. All of this. She nestles against the cold wind and gazes down at the countless lights below. Lights both illusory and real. In her attempt to escape, Luya accidentally brings her conductor. Like a despicable thief, she steals the final moments of tenderness from the flow of time. But now, with Bane's signing of the treaty, the wheels of history roll toward their destined end. The cycle is now complete. These branches and leaves are about to break away from the trunk, transforming it into a real prison. It's about to end. White mist spreads across the rooftop once more. The piercing white noise drowns out the fire's screams. She can already hear Enora Luya's notes, hurried and broken, summoning the power scattered across the timelines, waiting to break free from the prison. It's been a long time. Before she even realizes it, the red-haired construct is standing behind her. A thin blade pushes against her neck, sending a chill through her body. Iris can even hear their breathing. Iris. No. Helena. You are an excellent performer. You can handle even the worst stage accidents. But now, hiding your traces, escorting others. How much strength you have left. What a shame. You were this close to success, yet you threw it all away for that person. Blue strings shimmer with starlight on the tip of Luya's blade. If it weren't for the conductor, you would have left this place long ago, back in Bust City. Save your pathetic remarks. You're losing my respect. If you're so curious about how much strength I have left, why don't you take a swing and find out? As you wish. The slender blade twirls in midair before returning firmly to Luya's grasp. A sharp whistle pierces the air as metallic sparks and flashes burst like fireworks. Luya thrusts her face close to Iris, her gaze ferocious and wild. I really wanted to be your friend. If not for all of this. If. But that's just an if. You have your convictions, and I have someone I must protect, even at the cost of my life. She flips and leaps from the tall building, catching sight of the starry sky. The dark night is adorned with silent stars, and the sun has yet to rise. The sun will never rise again. But it doesn't matter. Luya catches up, and they briefly clash in midair. Red and blue threads flash through the darkness before everything falls silent once more. Keep playing, Iris. The victor will soon be revealed. Iris lands with graceful ease. Ahead lies the final stage she prepared long ago. The sun will never rise again, but she knows the sun exists. And that's enough, right? She will succeed. She must succeed. Ishmael sets down her coffee cup with leisurely grace. To stop in Oraluya, Iris created a time prison and locked her inside. It's the place you left earlier. Time prison? I just came up with that name. With our current technology, there's probably no way to define that space. But how do you know? Shh. Don't think about irrelevant things. An intense wave of dizziness explodes in your head, as if trying to stop you from asking more questions. Don't worry. When the time comes for you to remember, it will come back to you. Ishmael pushes a cup of coffee across the table. The bitter aroma dilutes the chaotic memory shards, helping to stabilize your consciousness. But you quickly catch her points. Iris never actually left, right? If we could defeat Enora Luya so easily, why did she need to do all that? Ishmael protecting you from yourself yet again. Yeah, I mean, can't help being inquisitive. It's just that timey-wimey things make me not want to know these things. With that device, the one named White Noise, she can use her frame's traits to manifest her power at any point in the past timeline. Iris had no choice but to lure the pest into a branch of the trunk, and then completely sever that branch from the trunk. This way, even if the pest completely destroys the branch, it won't affect the trunk at all. But Iris... That's right. She, too, will follow that branch and disappear forever. Don't be sad, FOS. Farewells. That's what life always comes back to. The girl's desolate poetry finds its meaning in this moment, as she embraces death and drives herself away from the prison she had built. Why can't she get out? As the creator, if she leaves the prison before it's complete, it would collapse, and the pest would continue to infest the trunk. She would never do that. The pink-haired woman's expression is filled with compassion. If I could use that device to get back there... You can't. Luya could only catch up because she was latching on to Iris's echo. That frame called Capriccio. Your fight in the warehouse severely damaged Capriccio, destroying some information, so the frame has lost its value as a temporal locator. Even if the Science Council figured out how to activate the device, there's no way to locate the exact time where they are. Also, even if you could find that exact time, What could you possibly do? With a slight lift of her finger, dots of light dash across the data field, gradually forming the shape of a tree trunk. If you return to that prison, and the connection between you is reestablished, you could ruin everything she's done. Is there no other way? No. When the events she set finish their final cycle, that's when the branch will completely separate from the trunk. Unless... Anyway, there's absolutely no way you could find any trace of them. She gives you a meaningful look. No way I could find any trace of them. Thank you. But there's always a way. You still don't know what happened before, but one thing is certain. Iris is still fighting for this world, and for you. She shouldn't be alone. As you turn to push open the door, Ishmael's hollow voice comes from behind. Remember, it's the final cycle. Okay. Anybody traumatized yet? Yeah. But when aren't we traumatized in this story, Ashfrost? You wave goodbye and leave the control court. Asimov sits at his desk with his arms crossed, silently thinking about the Abbess Project files and research papers like Principles of Locating Special Echo Signals Based on Spatial Signal Frequencies. Asimov? Sit down. That device. Where were you transported to? You speak at the same time, then stop at the same time. I was transported to the Golden Age, Fast City. But it wasn't exactly a complete Golden Age. I was right. It doesn't just pinpoint a location, but also time. Asimov quickly jots down notes on his terminal, then pauses, lost in thought. Oh, by the way, Vilrose, last night when we were going through the first part of this chapter, we were talking about how we learned that Asimov is actually, like, way taller than we expected. Did you know Asimov is, like, 6 feet tall? Oh, and yeah, just like Vilrose says, if you rearrange the letters in PGR, it spells trauma. It's an anagram. But yeah, did you know Asimov is like 6 feet tall? Honestly, shocking to me. I feel like something about how he's drawn just makes him seem short. But I guess he's like 6 feet tall. It's a positioning device. The conditions for activation are sufficient computing power and sound. Sound? Asimov taps on his terminal and opens an audio file. Wait. The audio file plays. You don't hear anything, but the device nearby silently begins to flicker with eerie red light. You think you read before that he was 184 centimeters and was surprised? Yep, that's how tall he is. 184 centimeters. He's tall! Makes me wonder how tall other NPCs are. Yeah, he is drawn quite petite looking. Maybe it's because of his posture. He doesn't have very good posture. Or at least he doesn't look like he has good posture. Doesn't he look like he's slouching a bit? And yeah, it seems like a lot of people assumed that he was shorter. Evil Luke? He's not evil. He's just grouchy. Sitting and mulling over files would curve anyone's back. Yeah. he's 6 feet tall. He's just got horrible scoliosis. Nothing happens. No Luya, no white mist, no fissures, and no traveling through time. Has it broken? It's not. It did deactivate. Or it did activate, not deactivate. It's the sound. Okay. He opens a research paper and points to a section titled Special Echo Signal Positioning. This research paper outlines the prototype for that device. I discovered its activation principle based on this paper. Oh, I wasn't even doing a voice for that. I was just reading. Oops. Theoretically, it can travel back in time, but only backward, not forward. Then again, I don't know... I don't even know, like, how different the voice I do for Asimov sounds from my normal voice. It's that... I mean, like, I know the differences, but also I'm making it. I guess this is just part of being an amateur voice actor. Not really knowing if you're doing a good job making your voice differentiate itself. I'm doing my best. Echoes. This device can only locate echo signals. Once a sound is emitted, it is already in the past. The device didn't function because the sound wasn't right. The sound wasn't right, so it couldn't function. The existing sounds that can trigger this device come from 2 recordings. The first was taken from the surveillance footage of when you disappeared, and the second from Abbess Research Institute. A few years ago, Teddy captured noise from surveillance footage near Abbess Research Institute that had frequencies very similar to the first audio file, but with subtle differences. If the intruder didn't reappear, then you must be right. Something in the past caused Abbess Research Institute's records to be erased in the present. So it's also Luya. I don't know who Luya is, but the disappearance of Abbess must be connected to the owner of this device. The erase action also seems to have limitations. It can only erase information produced directly. Once that information mixes with other data, the results are preserved. The missing process critical to the Abbess research project came from the early Abbess Research Institute, yet we have the results from the Tenebrian research. This might also explain why Capriccio didn't disappear along with Iris. So how can we make it work? Time is a forbidden research subject. Reversing time is extremely dangerous. But Iris is still trapped in the time prison. Iris? She belongs to this timeline. She is Capriccio. I briefly explain Iris' situation. Asimov thinks in silence, his fingers rapidly tapping on the table. So you're saying Iris is in this time prison, fighting a future invader named Luya? Yes. If it weren't for this device, and your medical report showing no abnormalities, I would think you were still suffering from mass hysteria. This is the truth. He looks at white noise in front of him. To activate it, You need a specific frame and a specific voice. Gestalt's computing power is sufficient to simulate the frame, but if you want to find clues about Iris, you must locate her voice. Capriccio was accidentally destroyed by the invader during the fight, and now... how are you going to find her voice? Maybe the Acadia evacuation. Her place still exists. The scattered clues gradually piece themselves together in your mind. Thank you for the compliment. I do enjoy writing scripts in my spare time. If my past self were writing this, I probably would have made the resolution process much more complex, like you said. FOS. Would you be my audience? Certain age groups showed reactions beyond typical observations. The reactions weren't obvious. Often just casual comments or remarks, but they came significant once the sample size increased. I've divided these individuals into two distinct groups based on their reactions. The first group shares an obvious trait, affiliation with the WGAA. Alan and certain other WGAA members, for example. I'm not reading all that. You feel a strange sense of déjà vu. The letters that fell from the mailbox, sealed with exquisite wax, bearing the stamp of the WGAA. I might be able to find her voice. The letters might also work then? Ten nights transform into dawn. The past flows into the future, and the future flows into oblivion. You've traversed 1,000 rose gardens and 1,000 winding corridors. Wherever you sing, someone will follow your song to find you. Okay, so it's either the play or the letters that we're gonna have to use to find her. Clarity. Distance yourself from a corner until the entire painting unfolds before your eyes. Every step leaves its mark. Something that happened in the past that caused traces of the present to be erased. When the traces of the present are erased, they leave behind echoes that humans cannot hear. You hurry back to the lounge. Inside the mailbox are neatly arranged letters with only your name and elegant wax stamps. They're like an endless dream. Iris, it's you, isn't it? The jarring tune transforms into a delicate melody, lingering between the window frames and letters. After carefully collecting all the letters, you bring them to the Science Council where Asimov is waiting. According to the report that dates them, these letters here should be the most recent ones. He picks out a few thin sheets of paper. Can we ask for the surveillance footage from around these time points? I'll go see Celica. Requests like these are always quickly approved. Shortly after learning the situation, Celica authorized the request to access the surveillance footage around the Grey Raven Commandant's dorm. Not long after, Teddy also receives a call for assistance and hurries over. This part here. At 3 a.m., most of Babylonia has fallen silent. The Commandant's dorm is no exception. The few remaining lights go out one after another, leaving only the grainy electronic noise in the clip. We got a match, right here. Nothing shows up on screen. Yet Teddy's audio monitoring program shows an unusual wavelength pattern. I can't hear anything. This noise has such an unusual frequency that even constructs can't hear it. If we didn't happen to have a construct with modified auditory systems at the time, I wouldn't have thought about the noise. I saved several surveillance clips and analyzed the data to identify a common sound pattern. This program will send an alert when it detects a matching signal, like this. She plays that clip again, and an alert pops up on the program at exactly the correct time. This timestamp is roughly when you said Iris slowly disappeared. Now that we have this audio clip, what should we do with it? Can I find Iris using the white noise device? Of course not. The white noise device needs great computing power and has to be connected to a specialized construct structure. Unfortunately, you can't do any of these. Theoretically, this device should be able to read specific audio signals and convert them into something concrete, like location data, images, or other forms. I'll recall Hamlet from the WGAA and modify it a little to connect it to the white noise device. I'll use Gestalt's computing power to attempt to run. But as for what we can get, there are no guarantees. Thank you. No worries. I'm also curious about its practical uses. But what else can I do to help? Try to remember everything about Iris through videos, notes, anything. Just remember her. According to what you've told us, she exists in a time slice. After you leave that area, your memories of her might fade. She is actually a Babylonian construct, as you said, and her mind will have a virtual neural array structure. Inver-device signals. Right. You should know that familiarity will allow a Commandant's mind beacon to detect Inver-device signals from nearby constructs. I'm not sure if white noise can actually pinpoint the location of that time slice, but if it could, then you would be the only one who could find her. I see. Asimov recalls Hamlet with maintenance as an excuse and attempts to install an interface for white noise. Using the first bit of noise caught in the Commandant storm, you enter Hamlet once more to trace whispers coming from a distant time and space. Into the simulation. If anything weird happens, notify me immediately so I can halt the process. This attempt is dangerous. Asimov's voice sounds muffled coming from outside the machine. Understood. Rosa, activate it. Of course. Ooh. The jarring white noise suddenly grows, swarming your mind. What's happening? Your vision in the dark suddenly shrinks to a dot, and daylight floods this virtual world. Conductor. Conductor. You see Iris wearing a worried expression. Behind her is Babylonia, veiled in darkness. Selena. Your mind suddenly becomes clear. You speak her name. Conductor, how are your wounds? It all happened so quickly. Luya probably secretly did something. The soldiers at the airport have completely forgotten about me. Seeking help from the military is a bad idea, so I can only hide you here for now. I'm fine. Like watching a scripted play, your vision can only focus on yourself in this moment, replaying memories buried deep down. She seems to be summoning courage, and pauses for a while before speaking again. I went to see that person. That person? Yes. Without her permission, I can't reveal her identity, but I found a way to fight against Luya. How do we do that? Enora Luya. Her true form is hiding far away. Conductor, please, stay in Babylonia for now, because darkness shrouds her face in the night. After a brief pause, Selena speaks again. Because I'll need your help at any moment, so please stay in Babylonia. Once you get my distress signal, report to the military and bring Grey Raven to help me defeat Enora Luya. But can you do it alone? Trust me. I'm not sure what Luya has done. Someone without a past like me can better track her down. Otherwise, the impact would be much greater, with terrible consequences. We can't let Babylonia be in such danger. But your consciousness starts fading from blood loss. You struggle to grab Selena's hand, but your arm falls to your side. Would it really be Commandant without constantly falling unconscious from injury? The Commandant gets to deal with physical and mental trauma all the time. Selena gently takes your limp hand in hers. Please wait for me, Conductor. Her gentle whisper disperses into the night, carried away by the breeze. A letter gently drifts down. Written in royal blue ink, 2 lines of delicate handwriting are stained with tears. Why did this mad rose bloom, when my soul knew only solitude? If irises could bloom in the cracks of time, perhaps their fragrance would help you remember. The pale handwriting fades with the girl's departure. You sink deeper into darkness. Conductor? Luke? I'm okay. The dizziness from blood loss still lingers. As the harsh static subsides, you hear Asimov calling out from outside the machine. Shkikan is Old English for the traumatized one. Yeah. Has the device located the source of that noise? It did. Hamlet faithfully converts the signals into images, displaying them as holographs. Mr. Asimov, the Grey Raven Commandant doesn't look well. Should we pause the experiment? You don't have to. Asimov turns to look at you after making sure all your vital signs are normal on a monitor. Both your physical readings and mind beacon data are fine. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Asimov waves his hand to tell the researchers to continue, then turns to face you. Don't push yourself too hard. Even if you manage to connect to Iris's Inver device, it won't do anything if your mind beacon disconnects. Okay. Rosa, input the second segment of noise. Input successful. Rosa's voice is instantly drowned out by violent static. God, it sounds so weird. Conductor! The girl leaps with lightning speed. Before you can react, she has drawn her weapon, and blue threads are about to strike you from behind. I have aim! You immediately turn sideways, dodging to the side. The metal armor misses and instantly jumps backward. Selena's attack follows yours, filling the air with twinkling blue starlight. The metal armor emits an unintelligible sound, crumbles like sand, and shatters to pieces under your combined attacks. It sounds a bit like someone playing a theremin? I don't know if I've ever heard a theremin. Let me look it up. Oh yeah, it does sound a bit like a theremin. That's a weird instrument. Another clone. This is already the 5th. Conductor, are you alright? She looks at you with concern. I'm fine. The unusual construct named Luya just launched her 5th ambush. The process is almost identical every time. You arrive in Babylonia in a hurry, report the incident, and investigations on this construct begin, but they can never find any leads. As the sun rises on the 3rd day, you wake up in this conservation area again. The mission on your terminal still reads, investigate the unidentified ascendant near the conservation area. It's almost like time is cursed by Kronos. But I'd rather it be a continuous loop, or else your wounds. Time only appears to be in a loop, but the days on the calendar keep changing. No one knows exactly how Luya altered the past, but Hippocrates and Asimov already found something weird through the accumulating wounds on your body. But in the past, you were still the Grey Raven Commandant without any field missions. She's probably using her clone to repeatedly simulate traces of the unidentified ascendant yesterday, prompting Babylonia to dispatch the Grey Raven Commandant from the nearest conservation area. Changing events from the past. It's cheating. I've tried to seek help in the military, but after providing information, the past always gets erased, leaving just an anomaly at the target location. I also tried to leave clues on paper, but whenever we meet again in the conservation area, the words disappear. Just like the pile of blank reports accumulating on Celica's desk. Memories are deleted, and any traces of the past are erased. A flicker of worry crosses her eyes, but she quickly forces herself to brighten up. Maybe next time we'll manage to defeat her original body. Who knows? Okay. Selena reaches into her pocket and takes out a sheet of paper. This is the 5th letter now. I wrote down our experiences. Where are the other 4? The writing on the first one disappeared, so I destroyed it. I left the second one in the conservation area. The 3rd and 4th letters, I sealed them in bottles and buried them here today. And this 5th one, I'll leave this one to you, Conductor. She puts the letter in an envelope and hands it to you. When people are no longer fooled by time, when the warm winter sun burns in the sky once more. Will you see my wish written in the spaces between the lines? Conductor. You jolt awake in the darkness, head drenched in sweat. Give me pen and paper. You quickly record the location of the conservation area before the memory fades, before finally letting out the breath stuck in your chest. Coordinates? It's where Iris and I... It's where Selena and I defeated Luya. In the memory not yet withered by time, you clearly remember the image of Luya's clone shattering. A device identical to the white noise was left on the ground. Asimov, is the white noise a complete device? No. The one we have is a child device that needs a parent device. The parent device anchors coordinates, while the child device locates and positions, creating a two-way connection. How did you know? Every time we defeat Luya, her clone would drop this device. Immediately send the military to search for white noise devices at these coordinates. Okay. If we find more devices, how would that help? We could strengthen the locator signal. We might even be able to pinpoint the coordinates of the parent device. That's not enough. I remember, there's a third segment of noise. That was the final bit of useful noise extracted from your letters. Are you sure you want to access it now? Yes. Establish connection. Asimov checks each connection cable methodically right away, before reactivating Hamlet. Try to remember every detail, just like the coordinates. Noise input successful. A familiar, extremely loud ring pierces through your ears. You open your eyes again to find yourself inside a transport aircraft. The terminal is on the mission screen. Escort the archaeological team on a service mission. Meet with Selena in the conservation area, and investigate the unidentified ascendant found near the conservation area. On the small table in front of you is a letter. Dear Luke, hello. It is now 23:30. Considering human sleep schedules, maybe you have already retired for the night. I was going to share my day with you. How I found a flower near the conservation area that I had never seen before, and tried a fruit with the most peculiar flavor. But none of that is as important as what I need to tell you next. I heard sounds of the past becoming distorted, and I'm worried. I'm very worried. I feel like something is about to happen, but I don't know how to warn you about it. I just hope it's my imagination. I really cherish these hard-earned moments we have just now. We'll see each other in a few days. I heard you took this mission, and I'm very happy. Looking forward to your arrival. Yours, Iris. Boss time! Woohoo! Homecoming. Perform another finale with her. I assume this is just for completing the stage. Alright. Let's do it! I'm ready for a boss fight. Selena. Iris. The memories of fighting beside Selena feel close, yet worlds away. They are shattered chips, sliced by distorted time, interweaving and rising in your mind. We found them. Mr. Asimov! The task force members brought the white noise devices they found. Rosa trots along, cradling several more white noises sealed in boxes. We have 6 in total. Is that enough? That's good enough. Asimov takes the devices and pauses for a moment, before turning toward Hamlet, which is connected to various cables. Yeah, I know, young Rosa. But it was interesting to see adult Rosa for a while. But now she's a baby again. How long will it take? Not long. I planned for more than one white noise. So now I just need to add connection ports and increase the computing power. Get ready and stand by, if you are sure about going through with this. Please do so. Night smears the sunlight by your ear into a piercing white, as discordant voices urge you to hurry. Hurry. Remember, it's the final cycle. The final cycle. Which specific time does that refer to? Going through all memories that are still clear, you search desperately for the most likely answer. Really? I thought in the beginning you told me that it's only over after the formal signing of the Codex. Don't we have one more week? 1 week. After leaving the time prison, you and Asimov determined that the flow of time inside the time prison should match the flow of time here. Today marks the 7th day since you returned to Babylonia. Asimov calmly yet quickly assembles the components, attaching them to the other end of Hamlet's connection cable. Preparing to connect white noise number 2. First test preparations complete. Recording data. Starting first data recording. White noise, imperceptible to humans, echoes throughout the room. You're falling behind, Iris! Hidden under the theater steps, a familiar melody in her mind urges her to press forward. Almost. Line spacing 4. Data recording complete. No anomalies detected. Preparing to connect white noise number 4. Third test preparations complete. Preparing data. Starting third data recording. It's too late, Iris. Even if you had double the time, it still wouldn't be enough. I can easily crush you to pieces before I sink into the abyss. Iris stays quiet under the relentless pressure. Her breathing grows increasingly loud as the strain on every part of her body intensifies. Gears spin fast, cracks grow bigger. The light on the surface of the body dims for a moment, and suddenly shines bright. Almost there. Iris, hang in there. Iris bites her lips as they tremble. Vital fluid comes out, but she looks more determined. Line spacing 4. And the time is going all weird. Final confirmation. I'll use the 7 white noises we have to pinpoint locations using the 3-phase noise patterns to reverse trace the coordinates of their parent device. This might disrupt your mind beacon. You need to keep your mind clear while you search for signals from the construct and figure out if the signal is the correct one. Once the connection is established, you'll be able to use the mind beacon for communication. In theory, as long as her mind is still active, your mind beacon should be able to find her. Be careful out there. All preparations are complete. You connect with Hamlet once again. Remote connection technology allows you to synchronize with constructs, but I'm not sure if it's possible to use white noise at this distance. This is our only chance. I understand. Your eyes close, and an intense buzzing jams your ears as your brain seems to tremble with the vibrations. Countless vague images flicker before you. Then everything plunges into darkness. A whale song resonates from the depths of your consciousness. So... Lena... What's happening? A violent explosion slams Iris into a wall. Debris rains down, leaving hideous wounds across her body. Her arm was nearly torn from the joint. Without giving Iris a break, Luya's steps close in on her again. It's time for your curtain call. No matter how reluctant you are, a performer should know when to exit the stage. Iris lifts her head with great effort. Her unfocused pupils look past Luya, at the dome beyond, where the artificial starry sky slowly detaches from the true universe. Light and shadows shift. Time stretches. The branches and leaves are about to split from the trunk. This place, this theater, is about to become the final prison that traps Luya. Conductor. Sorry. In her hazy vision, the silhouette of her beloved disperses into mist. I'm sorry, my love. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, my love. Please don't be sad. Iris whispers as she closes her eyes. Her arm falls limp, stirring dust as it hits the ground. You've envisioned Luya sounding similar to Fleur-de-Lis from Wuwa? Yeah, I can see that. How do you... which voice track do you normally listen to, Vilrose? Like, which language? Because I normally listen to the English voices in all the games. She can feel the cold light of a blade closing in on her face. Conductor. An epic whale song suddenly erupts from her deep mind, dispelling the farewell on her lips. The familiar lighthouse shines blinding rays through her muddled consciousness. Echoes reach her ears, and Iris feels confused for a moment. I feel like the music was timed really well with that light showing up. You usually play in Japanese, but you sometimes switch to English. You only play the Zone Zero in English, though? Oh, I see. Yeah, I normally play games with English. So I guess, to be clear, were you referring to Fleur-de-Lis's English voice or her Japanese voice? Yes. Oh, you're starting. Okay, her English voice. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, the English voice acting in Wuwa has gotten really good.
Your dance partners are all gone, Iris. Do you intend to perform the curtain call alone? Then you'll be the only one leaving the stage.
Her voice sounds familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on who I think it is.
Long-range strike ready.
I'm out of tune.
Capture target locked.
The overture is done. Time for the main movement. Go, conductor. Let me handle the curtain call. I'm out of tune. Like I still need practice. Yeah.
Correcting the score. Ignite the overture.
I'm out of tune. Like I still need
Oh, I could have parried that.
Here's the flying birds and drifting clouds.
Capture target locked.
Yeah. Yeah. I should at least finish my part. Toss in a bit of modulation. The overture is done. Time for
Long-range strike ready. System failure. Components damaged.
a bold, defiant bloom.
Oh, jeez.
Such a lifeless performance.
Rude!
I'm out of tune. Looks like I still need practice. Yeah. Toss in a bit of modulation. Offer this song. The overture is done.
You died 3 times in this fight? Yeah, she's rough.
Take a bow and make your exit.
The stars and offer this song. Here's to the flying birds and
Capture target locked.
I've almost got my glaciation gauge full. I could do some glaciation mode.
yeah.
Ooh, that sounded like it hurt. Oh my. Can I parry this?
Practice.
Ooh, it's like she's dancing.
Yeah. Just a bit of modulation.
Entering glaciation mode.
Time for the main movement. Here's the blind go, conductor. Let me handle the curtain call.
Just for fun.
The curtain must fall.
Yeah.
Ah, I can parry.
Just a bit of modulation. The overture is done. Time for the main movement.
Come, let's take the stage together.
Oh, where are you going? Oh, what's this? I kind of wish that the Selena music wasn't playing so I could hear better. I mean, I died earlier. Maybe I'll just start over and see if I can make it through without dying. And see if I can get to that point without the music. Might as well, right? Not gonna set me back that much in terms of time.
Your dance partners are all gone, Iris. Do you intend to perform the curtain call alone? Then you'll be the only one leaving the stage.
Just a bit of modulation. Now, offer this song.
Ah!
Looks like I still need practice. Boxing. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. Here's the flying birds and drifting clouds.
Capture target locked.
Go, conductor. Let me handle the curtain call.
Correcting the score. Ignite the overture.
Yeah.
Ah!
Error. System failure. Components damaged.
Just a bit of modulation. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. A bold, defiant balloon. Here's the flying birds and drifting clouds.
Take a bow and make your exit.
To the stars to offer this song. A bit of improvisation. Let the melody flourish. I'm out of tune. Looks like I still need practice.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Here's the flying birds and drifting clouds. Yeah.
Ah!
Capture target locked.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a bit of modulation. Stars offer this song. I'm out of tune. in a bit of modulation.
Yeah, let's see. Could have done that better. Though I didn't realize it restored my HP to full at the beginning of this phase. That's helpful.
Yeah, in a bit of modulation. Yeah. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. Here's to the flying birds and drifting clouds.
Oh, I
Doctor, let me handle the curse.
didn't get the ultimate off in time.
I'm out of tune. Looks like I still need practice. The overture is done. Time for the main movement. A bold, defiant blow.
Okay, it's getting to be time.
Let's take the stage together.
Okay, good. Now I should be able to actually hear the music.
The curtain must fall.
A bold, defiant bloom.
Did I get her? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Ash Frost. It reminds you of the song from the performance from Fire Emblem Fates. Also, didn't expect her to turn to stone. Elegant patterns burn while exquisite wall lamps dim. Crimson flames fall into a pale blue sea. Enora Luya struggles to stabilize the theater, but it crumbles to pieces. Oh, you still remember the lyrics? I don't know if I would remember them all. Embrace the dark you call a home. Gaze upon an empty white throne. A legacy of lies, familiar disguise. I think I got that part right. I don't know. Anyway. Luna tries to steady herself as she moves to the edge of the space. Abstract lines of illusion twist behind her, like patterns from the fantasies of a mad artist. She uses her connection to the Commandant to understand the scene, organizing it into a feasible path. Selena! A dull roar shakes the ruins, forming the blades that thrust at Selena's face. Don't engage! Run! The timeline is about to completely fail. Did you think this will be enough to... Enora Luya's body suddenly slumps as trauma finally reaches her consciousness. She didn't know this many components were malfunctioning. But in the next moment, she destroys her burdens and staggers towards Selena. Is she crying black tears? Or is that like some kind of leak? Also, it said unidentified ascendant. So does that mean she is an ascendant from another timeline? I have questions about Enora Luya. Stay where you are! Her outstretched hand hits the gradually closing barrier, only able to grasp a fading slithers of light. Pale blue light courses through her entire body like electricity, leaving Enora Luya stunned. She sees blurry figures high above in the heavens, and beneath the dome, crowds of people in extreme detail. Sing with me a song of conquest and fate. The black pillar cracks beneath its weight. Night breaks through the day, hard as a stone, lost in thoughts all alone. Yeah. I definitely remember that scene as well. I haven't even played that game and I remember that scene. What is this? Enora Luya enters a daze. Her intuition tells her that what she caught in her hand might not be Selena's remaining information, but she sees the weapons of them descend, effortlessly crushing an entire planet into a thin slice. She sees planets shrouded by eerie red mist, devoid of even a whisper. She sees day and night reversed by the rules, the ground becoming beyond reach as life drowned in the deep sea. She sees a sun-like star expanding, its scorching energy engulfing an entire stellar region. But the lingering echo left by the interaction between the existence known as Luke and the background known as time. Yeah, you're right, it was an iconic scene. A lot of people did like covers and such of that. These scenes exist neither in the future nor in the present. Enora Luya feels a sudden terror and can't even think about the prison barrier closing in around her. She activates a device closely linked to time and uses all her strength to extract information from this unexpected discovery. Then she sees a towering tree with lush foliage, buckling under the weight of passing time. Its trunk is bent, wilting, and decaying. Wind blows. Branches and leaves fall to the ground, turning into wet mud. After a while, the magnificent tree rises once more, verdant, without a single unwanted branch. She sees a vast river with surging waters that overflows into countless branches under the weight of passing time. The water spills onto the soil and gradually grows murky. Someone passes by. The tributaries dry up and flow back into the main stream. After a while, the river flows clear once more, surging with vigor, showing no signs of exhaustion. Verdant. Coal verdant. But now, coal fill? Is it meant to be like a play on words of chlorophyll? I wondered why you changed your name. Under Anora Luya's stunned gaze, the barriers of time slammed shut with a thunderous crash, turning into an insurmountable chasm. Bye! I can get the little achievement badge now. When the recurring cycle comes to its end, and the time to wake up arrives, the last musical note will fall from the score of fate and create ripples. In the lingering melody, we will meet again after parting. Oh, so it is a play on words. And I'm the second person who picked up on that? I see. Makes me feel clever. Smart. Sagacious, even. Okay, this is the last scene. Wait. Oh, no. Prefacing. Path from here on will be pure and clean. Wow! And then? What happens next? What's the ending? In the end, did the knight and the monarch defeat the warrior from the future? Holy SAT word. Yeah. I like big words. Sometimes they're fun. And I was an English major. In the end, amid the clamor, a gentle female voice is controlling a mechanical puppet. It begins to narrate that fantastic tale once more. The night erased the monarch's memories and pushed the monarch away from the castle so she could face the warrior from the future alone. But the monarch would never abandon the knight. Having endured countless hardships and trod through thorns to regain the lost memories, the monarch struggled relentlessly to return to the castle. Well, that's the monarch for you! The monarch and the knights joined forces and defeated the warrior from the future. They imprisoned her in the castle, where they overcame her. But without their castle, where are the monarch and the knight supposed to go? They did what the story said at the very beginning. The monarch and the knight returned to where their journey began and lived happily ever after with their friends. They have a long, long future ahead. Thinking back, the story began with the play about Grey Raven. Did that end with us living happily ever after with our friends? Because if so, then the story really did begin like that. Alright, the play is over. It's time for the assembly. Go to your teachers, quickly now. The children from the Center of Basic Public Education scurry off in excited chatter. Selena puts away the mechanical puppets used in her performance, stands up, and notices someone familiar standing nearby. Conductor? Selena! Since coming back from the time prison, this timeline has slowly recovered its memories of Selena. Stacks of reports and amendments revealed just how close Babylonia had come to disaster, shocking everyone. Vanished writing slowly reappears, erased memories slowly recover, and the girl exiled from time itself returns once more to the world that always belonged to her. Okay, so everybody does remember what happened. I guess that means we know in this world that time travel is possible now. The white noise was sealed away by the Science Council and classified as a high-level hazardous item, never to see the light again. Although some information was lost, the Cleared Abyss Research Group continues their Tenebrian energy research, still attempting to identify the singularity of that material. And perhaps one day, a new Kamui frame shall arrive. After all these years... Everything returns to normal. It's time for a follow-up examination at the Science Council. After the time prison incident, Asimov is worried that the white noise might still be affecting your mind and mind beacon, so he arranged regular examinations for you and Selena. Oh, I almost forgot. Selena tilts her head in frustration and quickly puts away the box. Let's go, Conductor. She takes a few quick steps forward, pushes open the half-closed door, and turns around. She smiles at you in the bright sunlight. Let's go. The wayward whale has returned to her home. Countless stars shine brilliantly across the sky, yet none can match the sun's radiance. She dreams of becoming a white bird, soaring through the waves beneath the golden sunlight with her conductor. What about Isla? What about Selena and Isla? I want to see them get together again. Enora Luya sits quietly in the audience, watching a stiff, red mechanoid perform on stage. A pink-haired construct arrives silently and takes a seat beside her. You've come. Yes, I looked for the doorway that leads here. It's a shame you can't see the joke of this place. Breaking this crude prison will only be a matter of time. That's true. For you, it's merely a matter of time. You have no right to interfere with the play that must be premiered. The stern-faced, red-haired construct finally turns her head to stare at the woman beside her. Don't worry. Due to cause and effect, I won't interfere with the story between you and them on purpose. Then why did you come here? To tell me some riddles? I just want to ask you, when you touched that human, what did you see? What did she see? She saw a vast river, flowing majestically. That was the river of time. There were no dense, dim branches, no muddied path dried up on the way. There was only a vast, surging river, rushing toward a future she couldn't hear. That doesn't mean... Luke is the anchor point of everything. In the world you come from, does Luke exist? Luke. In her world, this name was only something fleeting that existed after the fall of Babylonia. In the branch where she exists, Babylonia was accidentally struck and largely destroyed, forcing survivors to evacuate back to the surface. But the surface wasn't safe either. The red tide surged violently while the punishing virus continued to evolve in its nest, shrinking humanity's living space further. The The victors took all the resources, while the defeated were cast into the red tide. War, riots, and endless gunfire made up the colorless play, constantly being performed across the land. People developed echo technology based on white noise, trying to return to the past to modify the future, but each attempt failed, until they heard echoes coming from within the Hetero Tower. The Hetero Tower had disappeared in the past. All of this must be caused by the Hetero Tower's disappearance. Angered by the imminent destruction of the world, the victors who had amassed vast resources frantically worked on construct tech, trying to use white noise to return to the past to bring back the Hetero Tower. That's why Luya was born into this world. You mean all of this is wrong? It's not wrong. It's just... you all deserve to be in a better world. The two people in the audience fall silent at the same time, quietly watching the Mechanoid's performance on stage. Absurd, yet real. Okay, this is reminding me of something Ishmael said in Wither to Shine. Commandant was asking, if we, reset the timeline and, go back, what would happen to the people in this future? Would they not exist anymore? And Ishmael said something along the lines of, the people who are fated to be born will still be born. They'll just be born into a better world. So, maybe Anora Luya will still exist in our world someday. She just won't be in that world anymore. The review of the Mind Beacon is complete, and Rosa checks the results on the terminal. Everything is normal. The Mind Beacon is also functioning properly. We won't need another check, Commandant. Are you sure you're fine? Of course. Our examination is very thorough. She quickly holds up the terminal to show you the data. Thank you, then. I got a very cute image in my head of that. Just as you're about to leave after putting away the results, Asimov hurriedly appears from the lab on the other side. Luke, good timing. Everything okay? It's about the Copperfield Aquarium. Bianca Frame. Is this about the incident that Hassan mentioned before? You vaguely recall that the last time your war trauma was triggered was when you went back to City 006 to deliver your combat report. Yeah, we're heading into it. I'm excited. Hassan once said that he might need Grey Raven to help him with the operations at the Copperfield Aquarium. Yes. We received word yesterday that all 3 rescue teams sent to the Copperfield Aquarium have vanished without trace. The mission order should be issued soon. They'll most likely deploy Grey Raven to the Copperfield Aquarium. Best to get ready. Okay. As you respond, something rises rapidly in your mind. It feels like your memories are being slashed into shards, and bizarre images are flashing across a mirror. Bianca in a stranger's frame, a surging crimson-red tide. What are these? Are they memories from the past, or... Time flows ever forward, endless and swift. Blurred words mired in absurd colors. Past, present, and future will eventually reunite and find their way back together. All right. That's it for this chapter then. Okay. Overall, I did not. I think I don't know. The stuff I heard online about it made me think that it wasn't going to be very good. And I don't think it was bad. I mean, I won't say it's like my favorite chapter. But I don't think it was bad. I can see how some people, myself included a little bit, but not as much as I thought it might be, could see the, like, Selena and Commandant ship tease as feeling a bit heavy-handed. But it wasn't as heavy-handed as I expected, based on, like, what people were saying. So that's good. I do... Why didn't we get to see Selena and Isla together at the end? Isla's been looking for her for so long. I want to see them together. Put them together. Somebody put them together. Do not separate them. But aside from that, I think the chapter was fine. Bill, I can understand how people would think that it was a bit heavy-handed on the ship tease. It wasn't... I would say it probably was a little bit heavy-handed, but... I wouldn't say it was so heavy-handed that I'm not, like... that I didn't enjoy the chapter, you know? Or that it put me off so much, you know? I think it was just fine. But because this is an integrated patch, we do have 2 more story chapters. No.
Sorry.
2 more side story chapters now. And I'll be getting into those soon-ish. Next we've got Begin Anew. I should actually... Yeah, here. Begin Anew. Featuring Genevieve. I have no idea how she's gonna, like, tie into the story at large. Oh, Genevieve is long? Good to know. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna start it tonight. I don't know if I'll start it tomorrow night either. I probably won't. I might start Saturday night, we'll see. But I'll start soon with Genevieve's chapter. And then after that, we'll get into Vera's new chapter. But anyway, that was fun. I had a good time. I hope everybody else had a good time too. How exciting. Yeah. I want to quickly make sure that there aren't any hidden achievements I'm missing, because there have been in the past couple chapters. Like in the Ishmael and Lilith chapters, there were a few hidden achievements. The Lilith ones didn't have any impact on the story, but I still want to know if there's any there. I don't see any. Because, like, the hidden Ishmael achievements in the boss fight for Wither to Shine, I felt like those were kind of important. But anyway, yeah, that'll be all from me tonight. I'm glad you had a good time. And yeah, thanks for coming, fellow Commandant. Alright. Yeah, I don't know exactly when I'll be back to stream Begin Anew, but it should be soon. Since I wanna keep up with everything. I especially want to make sure I get these current PGR chapters done before the next WooBa update comes out, which will probably be in like a couple weeks. So, let's see if anybody is streaming that we could raid. Ooh, okay. I don't think I've raided. I don't think. Oh, you're excited for the DMC collab, Vilrose? Yeah, I'm excited for it too. Even though I've never played Devil May Cry, so I'm a little bit like, I don't go here. I still think it's just fun for me to see other people being so excited about it. But yeah, so a few streams ago, we got raided by another streamer named Fane Velasco, and I was very thankful for that, and so I've been wanting to return the favor. I don't think I've been able to yet. So, let's go say hi to Fane. I don't know him super well yet, but hopefully we can become better friends over time. Yeah. So let's all go and say hi. Okay. Thank you once again for coming. I hope you all have a very good weekend. And I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Bye-bye!